We often hear talk of trauma. Most people, in fact, experience trauma, whether it be big trauma or medium trauma or little trauma. Anything that is just simply too much for our body to process is considered a form of trauma. And because our left brain is logical and our right brain, which processes emotions, it is easy for these two sides to become disconnected due to trauma. But there's some amazing God-designed techniques that can be used to help reconnect. Deep breathing is excellent for regulation of the nervous system. Once it's dysregulated, it needs to be regulated. And deep breathing can often have a very powerful impact on our nervous system and healing. Walking naturally creates bilateral eye movement, which calms the amygdala. The amygdala is the God-given alarm center of our brain. It's much needed, but it sometimes goes off and continues to go off even when the danger isn't there or when something triggers that danger. What helps with this is getting your nervous system regulated. So walking is a great tool, and it helps to reconnect because our eyes automatically start bilateral movements when we walk. This integrates our brain, the left and right side of our brain, so that we can integrate that memory in a way that is less traumatic, which lowers our stress response. So walking can be more beneficial with clients, especially those who maybe are processing emotions or trauma. Bilateral eye movement is the basis of using something called EMDR, and this stands for Eye Movement Desensitization and Reprocessing. Francine Shapiro developed this technique, which helps us process traumatic events and begin the process of healing. Although it has been around since probably around the late 80s, 1989 or so, it can provide faster results sometimes than some of the other methods out there. It just depends on the person, their experience, and maybe how much healing they're ready for or how much healing they need. It usually involves a little bit less talk than traditional talk therapy, yet it can help our memories and our senses work together more effectively to help us heal. During EMDR, you would be able to access some of those memories, maybe things even that you have suppressed, maybe an event that you've suppressed. Maybe something that you feel like is a little bit too painful to talk about, but in the processing of EMDR, you can safely reprocess and even repair that hurtful event or that pain. There is truly nothing new under the sun. Science continues, although often unknowingly, to use scriptural concepts, adding further evidence to biblical truth. And some of the scriptures that come to my mind about our eyes would be, I lift my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? Psalm 121:1. There's many verses that talk about our perspective and that talk about how much important our vision is. Lifting our eyes shifts that perspective spiritually, and it also taps into our neurobiological process for nervous system regulation. Again, God's design is very beautiful. Let your eyes look on the things that are upright. Psalm 17:2. Or set your mind on things above, on things on earth. Colossians 3:2. Now, when these things begin to happen, look up and lift up your heads because your redemption draws near. Luke 21:28. All of this looking up has an extra little side physical bonus to it. It helps stretch your neck muscles and releasing those cords that develop turkey neck, that aging turkey neck. So just remember, when you have something that you need to process, your perspective is highly important. And so is this idea of bilateral eye movement. Don't you just love God's design and how it continues to be used in so many different ways? I hope that you enjoy this. If you have questions, please reach out. The show notes below give you more information and we can set up a consult. But I hope you are able to find many glimmers of hope in your beautiful life.